Yo, what's up? It's your boy Grandma Cookies. Checking out a video, and today I'm coming at y'all another video. And yeah, and I wanted to talk about it's rather not even talking about anything. It's just pretty much of kind of a discussion, or I don't know what you really want to call it, but yeah, I was on a One Piece fandom app, and then I seen this thing, and it was like the Yonko Fleet Maker, and I kind of wanted to do this and make a video about it because it's a very interesting and fun thing to talk about when you think about it and you think deeper into it. And pretty much what it is it's pretty much make your own fleet admiral, Yonko, and pretty much build your own crew and pretty much conquer the world. That's pretty much what the basis of the whole entire I wouldn't say a challenge, but it pretty much is something to give you to think about, and it's kind of fun to do, and it's interactive with other One Piece fans. And yeah, I want to talk about it. And the instructions are pretty much: step one, you pick your devil fruit of your choice, and then step two, you state your Haki mastery level, and then step three, you choose the weapon of your choice. Then step four, you pick three commanders. And then, step five, you pick six exclusive officers. Pretty much, that's pretty much the whole entire thing. And then the rules are pretty simple too. It's pretty much you only can choose one devil fruit, and you can't do no hack stuff like get the yummy Nomi, then pick another devil fruit. You can't do anything like that. And then also, if you do choose to be the world's strongest swordsman, you cannot have a devil fruit. So it's pretty much putting a limit on that. And another thing is you cannot choose any Yonko tier characters. And I pretty much say Yonko tier characters are just pretty much the basic Yonko. Like even characters that are super close to a Yonko level, but I wouldn't even consider them Yonko levels like Rayleigh. Rayleigh is like super up there, but I think you can still choose him because the spoiler, I actually do end up choosing him. So yeah. And another thing is you only can pick one admiral as a commander. So you only can pick one admiral. Out of all the admirals, you only can pick one of them. And another thing is you're only able to use canon devil fruits and canon characters. And then they go on to state that Shiki is a canon character with devil fruit. And yeah, and I kind of want to make a video about this because I thought it'd be fun me talking about it and about the crew I would choose and the character I would build to kind of conquer One Piece. Because usually most people just choose the strongest characters, like they just go overboard and pick every little single strong character. But I kind of wanted to make the crew make sense and kind of make it fun. And yeah, and I really just wanted to make a video about that. And yeah, and first things first, the character I'm building. What type of devil fruit would I give the character that I'll build to make the strongest Yonko crew? Pretty much, I'll probably I say the devil fruit I'll choose is probably the Magu Nomi. And the only reason why I choose this fruit because it's first of all, it's OP, and also it look cool turning into magma. It'd be cool. You punch somebody and your arm just turns into magma. I don't know. I thought it'd be cool, and I kind of wanted to go with that devil fruit because it'd be cool. And then also Logias are pretty overpowered. So yeah, and my Haki proficiencies that my character are good at. He can use advanced armament Haki, and he has very powerful Conqueror's Haki. Now, the thing I did kind of to limit my character and make him feel realistic is that I gave him only average observation Haki. So, and the reason why I gave him average observation Haki is because since he's a Logia, he kind of didn't train his observation Haki to his max, because I have it to where like my character, when he first got his Logia, he thought he was unkillable. So he never trained his observation Haki because he's a Logia. He can take a lot of hits, so he can reform his body. So I have it where my character really don't train in Haki. I mean, in observation Haki a lot, and he just has average observation Haki, just enough to avoid attacks, but not nothing overpowered like something like Fujitora got or Katakuri. It's nothing like that. It's just average Haki. That's pretty much what he has, and I kind of did that, like I said, to limit him, and also to make him feel like a real character, because that's one thing that Kizaru, this kind of is like Kizaru, because Kizaru, he really just stacked a lot of his training into his devil fruit, and he's really not good at, like, like, obviously he's good at observation and ornament haki, or he wouldn't be an admiral, but compared to Aokiji and Akainu, he's not as good as them when it comes to observation and ornament haki, because he relies on his devil fruit heavily. And it's kind of like my character. He do use ornament haki, and that's because he uses fists to fight. And that comes into the next one, is my weapons. Like I said, he'll just use his fist, or he'll use his devil fruit, because his devil fruit is so destructive where he doesn't really need a sword. It wouldn't make sense for him to use a sword if he can turn his body into magma. That'd be like kind of limiting him. And that's the same for like Akainu. Akainu doesn't use swords. Why would he use a sword if he can turn his body into magma? That wouldn't make sense. And also, he just don't need weapons, because people barely can even touch him because he's so high. And then he can do long range attacks too. So he really don't even need a weapon. And it's kind of the same for my character. And then for my crew I'm making, I chose them thinking about that all of them have 100% loyalty to my character. So even some of these characters, probably you probably like they won't be loyal to the person. They probably will try to kill my character, but just go with it. All these characters are 100% loyal. And for my commanders, you only can choose 3. And the first person I chose was Rayleigh. And I chose Rayleigh to be my second-hand man, because why wouldn't you want Rayleigh? Like, Rayleigh is probably like stupid OP, and he was Roger's second-hand man, so why wouldn't you want him to be your second-hand man? And that's kind of what, and also I'm making it to the point where he's prime Rayleigh. He's not old man Rayleigh. And the reason why I chose prime Rayleigh is because I was looking at other people's lists, and other people, they had older characters that you usually wouldn't even choose because they're too old. And like a lot of people had older characters, and then obviously I guess people was meaning that they were in their prime. Even some of them, and even one person who chose Rayleigh, he specifically stated like Rayleigh in his prime. And yeah, I'm choosing Rayleigh in his prime. And then my second commander, I choose Aokiji. And the reason I choose Aokiji is personally my favorite character in One Piece. And also, he's super powerful and super reliable. Because if I tell him to go out there and do something, he's going to do it. He's not going to complain or make a fuss about it. He'd probably be a little lazy about it, but I at least know he's going to get the job done. And for my third commander, I chose Katakuri. And I could have went with somebody else, but I chose Katakuri because he'll be able to help me manage the crew members. Because like Big Mom, in Big Mom's crew, he pretty much does that. He pretty much manages the crew, and I kind of want him managing my crew, because I wouldn't want Rayleigh doing all the managing the crew by himself. So I kind of want Katakuri to step in and kind of help manage the lower level members, like the fleet members, not everybody, like not the people part of the main crew. And yeah, and for my exclusive officers, the first one I chose was Robin. And this one was pretty simple, because Robin can read the poneglyphs, and there's no point of me trying to become the strongest Yonko if I ain't trying to find the One Piece. So I was like, we need Robin to find the One Piece. So I pretty much picked her, and also she's very smart, and I think she'll be able to help the crew in a lot of different ways. And then the second person I chose, you probably think I'm trolling, but I think this is a very good pick, and I chose Buggy. And the reason why I chose Buggy because ironically, Buggy is a very good leader, and he's very he has a lot of influence among the lower level members. So that's the reason why pick him because he's a good leader and he can manage the lower level people that like, you know, that aren't as strong as us, who's the cannon fodder. He can pretty much manage the cannon fodder and keep them under control. And yeah, that's because like Buggy has a lot of influence. Even when he doesn't try to be a leader, he naturally becomes a leader. Even though he doesn't always try to be a leader, and he's kind of a coward, somehow he's still a good leader. And even though it's kind of used as just a comedy relief, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of there, and Oda kind of wrote it like that. So I went ahead and chose Buggy. And then for my third officer, I chose Law. And I chose Law because he's pretty much probably the best doctor, you know, pretty much you can find right now in the series. He's probably the best doctor out there that'd be willing to join your crew. And also, I say he's very intelligent. His fruit is like very useful in different scenarios. Like you can pretty much use his fruit in so many different ways where it'll be useful. Even not just for like healing people and stuff like that. It'll be useful for many other things. And that's why I chose Law. And then number 4, I chose Zoro. And the biggest reason why I chose Zoro is just to have somebody powerful. And I'm not talking about Zoro at the end of the series. I'm talking about current Zoro. I wouldn't mind taking current Zoro right now as he is in 1-0. I wouldn't mind taking him as an officer on my crew. And the reason why I chose him, like I said, was just because he's super powerful. And I think he'll be a very, I won't say a good leader, but he'll kind of inspire the members to want to get stronger because he's so strong. And yeah. And for number 5, a lot like I had one dude, he said number 5 wasn't kind of fair, but at the same time, I say he's kind of fair. He's fair game, and I chose Inaru, and the reason, or Enel, I chose Enel because I say just to have another powerful person, and his devil fruit is powerful. And I can kind of imagine, you know, him, I don't know, being like just doing random things. And I kind of chose him because of that. And I know one, like I said, like one dude said it kind of wasn't fair because Enel is like very powerful. But at the same time, like I said, I seen other people who had like other people on their list. Some people had Marco as one of their officers, but I like that's kind of not fair either. So I went ahead and chose Enel, even though Enel is super powerful. He has like a broken fruit. He's not Yonko level, so it's no worry from there's no, I'm not breaking the rules by having him on the list. And number 6, I went ahead and went with just a simple pick, and I went with Kuma, purely because his devil fruit is very useful, and also I know he'd be super loyal, and he'll be willing to risk his life if I told him to turn himself into a robot. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole entire list, and that's what I went with. And like I said, it was fun doing this. And if you're watching the video and you want to do it, then do it, and you can put your list in the comment section, and I'll respond and I'll look at it, and you know, see what other people would put on their crew, people that put on their crew. And what type of devil fruit you give your character, or would you make your character a stronger swordsman? Different things like that. And yeah, and that's pretty much it for this video. You all know, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. I do One Piece content. I probably don't do it often as I used to do it, but I still upload One Piece content. I do other content about manga. I do light novels, web novels, all types of things that involve anything anime related. I pretty much talk about it. And yeah, and you can hit the subscription button, notification bell for that. And yeah, man, it's your boy Grandma Cookies, and I'm out.